Hello guys, we're now going to start talking about section 3.3 that it's basically about evaluating functions. I'm going to give you two examples in this first video, which is part of the first part of the paper you are going to be doing in today's class. Let's remember that evaluating a function means that you want to find the output, or in other words, f of x, or it's also finding the y value for a given x value. As an example, I'm writing the function f of x equals negative 4x plus 7. In this case, evaluating means that I'm going to use two arbitrary values I'm going to provide for x. In this case, x equals 2, and in the second example, x equals negative 2. So what I want to do is I'm going to obtain the y value, or it means the output, for these given inputs. Let's begin with x equals 2. What I want to do is I'm going to plug this value in the function. I'm going to start by writing the corresponding notation. In this case, f of 2 is the value of the function, or the output, when x, or when the input value, is 2. This is the mathematical relationship we've talked about in the past, in which negative 4 is multiplying the x value. That, for this case, is 2, and then minus 7 plus 7 as it is indicated in the mathematical relationship. What I have to do now is remember the order of operations to solve this operations I have. I do this multiplication first. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. I rewrite this plus 7. So, in conclusion, this minus 8 plus 7 is negative 1. What we want to explain with this is that when the input is 2 for this given function, the output f of 2 is 1. I can also write it as y equals negative 1. And that's it for this case. Now, I want to do a second example, but in this time, I am going to enter, an arbitrary value I assign is it's x equals negative 2. So I'm going to do it now. I'm going to erase this first example, and now we're going to evaluate this function when the input, or x, equals negative 2. With the corresponding function notation, this is what I have to write. When f, the function, or the y, when the input value is negative 2. In this case, I, again, take into account the mathematical relationship that tells you that the input value is multiplied by negative 4, and then you add 7. What is the input value? This negative 4 is multiplying. Now this time you are going to multiply by negative 2. And at the end you add 7. We do, again, the operations taking into account the order, which means you do this multiplication first. Negative 4 times negative 2 is 8, plus this 7. And I finished, because 8 plus 7 is 15. And let's interpret this solution, or this final step. This means that this function, f of x, equals negative 4x plus 7. When the input is negative 2, the y value is 15, so I can also write it like this. Y is 15 when x is negative 2. And that was the second example for this first part. Okay, that's it.